Okay, you're welcome once more to the Supernovas TV. I'm happy to have you in class today. This is the first day of our science revision. Okay, and today we'll be looking at physics, work, energy, and power. We have heard of these topics before, so we just want to solve a question relating to this topic on the board. Okay, the question says a body of mass 5 kg falls from a height of 10 meters above the ground. What is the kinetic energy of the body just before it hits the ground? The acceleration due to gravity, g is equal to 10 meters per second. Now, to solve this question, let's first state the values we are working with. Okay, we have the mass is 5 kilogram. Okay, we have height of fall as what, 10 meters. We have um, a value of g, which is acceleration due to gravity, as 10 meters per second square. Okay, we're asked to find the kinetic energy with which the body of mass strikes the ground. Now take note that this body is falling from a height. Okay, let's say this is the point of release and it goes down to the point of fall. This is the ground level. Okay, through a height of what? 10 meters. At this point, okay, our initial velocity is 0. It's at rest here before it drops down. At this point, v is equal to maximum. We have a maximum value for the final velocity just before it strikes the ground. Okay, now we have to first of all find our velocity before we can look for the kinetic energy, because kinetic energy is equal to 1 over 2 mv squared. Remember that potential energy is mgh, but we won't be using that here. Okay, we're looking for the kinetic energy. Now, but we need to get our velocity, which is the final velocity. Velocity, we're going to use one of the formulas of motion to get the velocity. We'll be using v square equal to u square plus 2gh. This is the formula we use when we want to calculate maximum velocity, because the maximum velocity is attained just before the body strikes the ground. The upper part of release, the initial velocity is 0 because it was at rest at this point. Okay, now the initial velocity is 0, so we have v square equal, that will be 0 plus 2gh. Okay, we can take the square root of both sides. In other words, we have v equal the square root of 2gh. We have known that our h is 10, our g is 10, and our mass is 5. So just substitute here. We will be having square root of 2 times 10 times 10. Okay, that's of course square root of 200. Okay, we can leave that at that because we're still going to use it and this formula here. Okay, so let's go back to our kinetic energy formula. Kinetic energy just before it hit the ground, we say it's 1 over 2 mv squared. Okay, that will be 1 over 2 times the mass is 5. Okay, times square root of 200. Okay, all square. If we simplify this further, we are going to be having, if we simplify what we have further, okay, we're going to be having this square root of 200 squared is 200. So we'll be having 1 over 2 times 5 times 200. Okay, this cancels this, we'll be having 100. So we'll be having 5 times 100, which will leave us with what? 500 joule. So that gives us the kinetic energy with which this body will strike the ground. I hope you understand the explanation. That is the first part of our science revision. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next class.